Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time.
Yes.
This is the next installment of our podcast, and I still don't have it on a thing to where you can download. So
Not yet.
I'm working on that. I'm thinking about. What the fuck? Yeah, SoundCloud.
Yeah,
I was looking. Yeah, I'm thinking about SoundCloud if I can get that like handled, because it's a lot easier to upload audio than
Yeah.
a lot less of a smaller file, clearly. And maybe I can also enhance the audio too, which would be really cool.
Right.
But yeah, here we are, and seems I got my friend Ralph with me.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, we've really put this off a lot.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of things happening, so we couldn't really talk about anything that wasn't currently happening. Not yet, at least.
Okay. So, what have you been up to? Anything interesting?
Actually, yeah, because I actually just changed my channel's name
Yes.
to Captain Pyro. It started out as like an in-joke of like Captain Pyro because like no matter what game I played, if it had a fire element, I was gonna play as it. Like almost immediately. And then my buddy James, or Captain Icicles, he started calling me Captain Pyro, and honestly, I was laughing about it, but it kind of stuck, and I just loved it ever since. Gonna try to get back a little bit more back into YouTube and streaming and building.
Yeah, I'm going to try to as well. Definitely.
So what have you been up to now?
Well, I've been busy working. It's kind of been slow. Some IRL stuff's been happening, and I just kind of try to take it easy day by day and all that jazz. Really want to get back into doing like voice acting and whatnot, but it's kind of difficult sometimes for miscellaneous reasons. But recently I did something kind of interesting. As you guys all know, I'm a big PlayStation guy, and I had a PS4. And I still have a PS4, and I jailbroke my PS4. I mostly use my PS5 to play games, so I'm not really too concerned.
I'm not gonna lie, he does sound really calm, but during the process, I think
No,
you're about
it
to
was
lose
not.
your
It was
mind.
not a well process. I had to watch like several tutorials on how to figure out how to do it, because like first you have to have a firmware 9.00 or lower. Then you have to flash the payload onto a USB stick, and that requires an additional program. A program I forget the name of. Even though it's on my computer, I forget the fucking name of it. You gotta flash it onto the USB stick. You got to note I completely wiped the system. I don't have my account connected to it at all.
Right.
I don't even think you could go online even if you wanted to, because
I don't think you can, no.
because once you go online, it wouldn't let you go online because you'd have to update to the next software anyways.
Right. But now you can record like older games.
Oh yeah.
and
There's a
stuff.
lot of stuff you can do. I hate to talk over you. I do that a
Fine.
lot. I'm really sorry.
Fine.
I need to stop doing that.
No, that was the end of the sentence. You're good.
But there's a lot you can do. You can add cheats to games, which I've tested out. You can actually the PS4 has a built-in PS2 emulator.
Right.
It's just not
Enabled.
enabled by default. Like they kind of use it with the PS2 classics they sell on the store, on the online store. But aside from that, it's not really utilized. And I tested a few games. Not all games work well. Some games run terribly and have terrible graphic issues
Right.
and audio issues. Like Manhunt 2 does not run.
It does not run.
No, it runs at like 3 frames per second. It's terrible. It's really terrible. And getting the PS2 files on there is a hassle in itself, because you have to have another program to convert it into a package file, so that way you can put it onto the system. so that way it will trick the system into thinking it's a PS2 classic file.
Yeah.
I believe you can do the same thing with PlayStation 1 games. You also can install emulators,
Right.
but I tried that and my system crashed, so I'm not even going to attempt that right now.
You don't want to break your console
No,
already.
I don't.
That's a little
I don't know what I
expensive.
did wrong. I don't even know how to get the ROMs on there properly. And for some reason, like some of the emulators, the aspect ratio is so stretched out, I can't tell what the fuck I'm doing. So it's a hassle. But it was fun. I did it for fun. I also have like a video coming out about it, and you get to see my ugly face.
Anyway.
where I have an intro, live action intro, Jerry in the flesh. What a world we live in.
But it is like games like Spider-Man, Friend or Foe.
Yes. We tested a good bit of games. There's actually a quote unquote compatibility list that you can probably find, and it varies. It really varies. It also depends on whether you had a US copy or a European copy or Japanese copy if you have that for some reason. It's really specific. Not all games work well, and not all games are gonna work at all. Some of them just freeze at the title screen.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much my adventure. Would I recommend it? Maybe if you have the patience, and if you happen to have a PS4 that you're not using with like 9.0000 or lower, then yeah, I'd say go for it. I guess there's go online. There's a ton of tutorials on how to do it. But yeah, that's pretty much something else I've been up to.
Also, what this is just really a personal preference, but the best Spider-Man games.
Oh,
what do you think?
It's funny you mentioned Spider-Man. Well, that's a hard one for me. One of my favorites, I have a couple favorites growing up. It was specifically the Spider-Man PS1 game.
Right.
The first one. I never played the second one.
I played the second one. It practically.
And I think it was the
really
first. I think the
honestly.
PS1 game was the first to implement like alternate like costumes and stuff.
I believe so, but
I don't think there's a
know.
game before it that did that. And Friend or Foe is also a favorite. And of course, I love Insomniac Spider-Man, and I love Miles Morales.
Personally,
Both of
my
those are great
favorite
games.
versions of the character right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Same here. I agree. I really like the take they did. I like the direction they went with the Insomniac games with, Yuri LaFanel as Peter and the guy who voices Miles. That looks really bad on my part. Hold on.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't remember the name either. But yeah, I know what you mean, though. Personal favorites is definitely Friend or Foe. I actually just like them, most of them, just for different reasons, really. Like, Friend or Foe was just really the co-op with your friends with.
Yes. I remember that's a game me and my sister would play when we were younger. And in that game you could also unlock the black suit. Something that the Marvel Spider-Man by Insomniac doesn't have.
Yeah.
It has all these suits, but no symbiote suit.
But in Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac,
They're teasing that. They're teasing that.
Well, they definitely got Venom, so let's see if they rip off the Band-Aid and give us the symbiote suit. Yeah. Nice.
I hope so. I want some variation of it. But keep it up, they're gonna run out of suits.
I mean, speaking of future games, a possible Xenoverse 3 be popping around.
Oh yeah. They teased it, didn't they?
Yeah.
They teased Xenoverse 3.
Apparently, there's this either a leak or a rumor I heard. It might be looking at a 2024 release.
2024 release.
Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot you can do with Xenoverse.
What
3.
I want more RPG elements. I know that's like a cliche in gaming today.
Yeah.
But maybe add like custom voices, kind of like Saints Row did.
Yeah.
Saints Row, 2 forward. Kind of like how some of the wrestling games did. They had like a pitch slider and different voices you could choose from.
Right.
I'm kind of upset they never brought that back in later wrestling games, but
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah.
Because they went through about 3 developers now, so that was a hell of a transition.
I
just want, when it comes to forms, honestly, like I hope it kind of works like how it does in like just Super Saiyan normally. Like you go to Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3 all in like one preset practically.
yeah.
But like do that with God 4.
Gotcha.
Like I think that would be really
What
interesting.
I want like transformations that are like unique to the game. Like
okay.
like you know, like original transformations. I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be really nice. Something for the Majin area.
Something for like every character. Like I want like a unique form that's kind of like
Their own.
its own thing, you know?
Yeah.
Full Super Saiyan would be cool though. I would really be into that.
I mean, yeah, it would be awesome, but also, I am a little worried about the story though. Like, where else could it really go? But like, I know it is based off of Dragon Ball Super Heroes, I believe.
Yeah.
So maybe you can take some inspiration.
Maybe they
from
could
there.
introduce like Xeno Gohan or something.
Right. Like, there's a lot of areas they put themselves in a really good spot.
Also,
for,
I
the
want
next
like
game.
I want like more like OC outfits like that I can actually customize,
Yeah.
or just make it to where any like clothing can be like color swapped. That's really all I want. That's the biggest thing I want. Also, a bigger hub world, or maybe just like an open world in general. That'd be really cool.
I mean, between Xenoverse 1 and 2, like, you can see a giant difference.
Yes.
Like, 1 really just was a hub world to a kind of
And you know, like
bigger
2,
hub
they
world.
kind of expanded it.
Right.
And I think with 3, like the next big step is like, you know, like a semi-open world with like, you know, Easter eggs and like hidden locations. I love shit like that, especially Easter eggs. You know, you got to do that fan service, man. That's
the
what
one
gets
thing
people.
I really hope they do for fan service is a moving Saiyan tail.
A lot of people want that, and the modding community like picked up on it, so it's possible.
It's quick. The modding community in Xenoverse 2 is nuts.
There are so many different mods that whole community created. It's crazy.
It's amazing at the same time because like if they can do it, then I know they. Who's currently on Xenoverse right now? Like who's developing it? I honestly do not remember. Oh, Bandai. Yeah.
Bandai. Yep. Bandai Namco, I think.
Yep.
Bandai Namco. We could be wrong.
We most likely
we
are.
definitely could be wrong.
But I definitely think now that they saw a lot of profit with Xenoverse 2, like definitely they're going to do it. Also, I hope they kind of give you a preset of where, kind of like, how do I explain this? Kind of like how Super Saiyan is. Like your hair is just normal, just maybe spiked a bit more.
Oh yeah, like you know, like transformable hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It'd be
would
kind of
been
cool to
amazing.
have like Frieza race, you know, have like different like appearances when they transform.
That would be really.
I know
nice,
that'd be like
Frieza's.
that'd be really specific and kind of a bitch to develop for, but I believe it could be possible. We have technology, Ralph.
I want to see kind of a transformation into a skinny Boo.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like a Super Boo-esque
yes.
kind of character. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe something for Namekians.
No, it'd really be cool if like Boo characters could like, you know, absorb, you know,
Other characters.
other characters and like steal their power or whatever.
Yeah, but I also think that like technically you already have their powers because of the presets and stuff.
Exactly.
Like yeah, that would kind of be a bitch to edit, but you know, it might not be.
You gotta make it. You gotta really nail on those. Like, you gotta nail the story, and you gotta nail like the customization. Those are two big things.
That is two of the biggest
That's the
things.
biggest, and like the two most important things. I mean, next to, you know, gameplay. Obviously, you don't want the gameplay to be like horrendous. Nobody wants that. You don't want a broken game.
Right.
I
mean, it's a game where you shoot
unless
a whole
they
bunch
decide,
of key blasts at each
they
other.
kind of do that. They nerf moves a lot. Like
Yeah.
every update, they nerf like.
Meditation, rest in peace.
Yeah, meditation got really nerfed.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the chance to use it when it wasn't nerfed.
Oh,
That's the funny thing.
and it was the greatest equalizer when it came to Blue Evolution.
Yeah.
Now it is not. Like, it is practically just, you know what, just throw it away. Or use it with, like, maybe a potential Unleashed build, something like that. But if you try to use it the same way other people used it before the patch, it's not going to work.
Exactly. It's
honestly kind of funny.
It's a work in progress, I guess we could say. But, let's just wait until we get a official trailer, whenever that is.
I hope it's soon, honestly. Like
You and me both. You and me both. Something that's a bit old news. I kind of want to cover it. That's obviously, the upcoming Resident Evil Village DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes out October. However, you never know. They could push it forward.
Right.
There's already pre-orders for it. I never thought I'd see the day where you pre-order DLC. You just buy DLC. It makes less sense than pre-order. Forget it.
I mean,
that's a whole other rant. That's a whole other rant. But we get to play as Rose. We get a third person
pre-order bonus though. That's probably why it's all in pre-order.
I don't even think there is a bonus. I think it's just
I don't know,
like pre-install.
Regardless.
But regardless, so we get to play as Rose, in her story, which I'm surprised. I thought they were gonna wait until like the next game to have her like own thing, but I guess
I think this is literally just a mini adventure for her because as I don't know too much of what's all going on.
The
with
screenshots
Rose,
and clips we've seen so far, we can only really speculate, and it's not really we really shouldn't speculate that much.
Because, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused and excited at the same time.
Yeah.
I was so
I'm really
lost in
excited
the
for
trailer.
third-person mode. I want to see Ethan's beautiful face.
Man, you watch, it's not even going to be his face, it's going to be just his, back.
Exactly.
So it's going to be, third person,
I don't know
but
why
just
this
his back.
series is so obsessed with hiding Ethan's face. We know what he looks like.
Right?
He's
I don't
blonde
know.
with a 10-yard stare. Okay,
Yeah.
that's his face.
Yeah, that's fine.
And the mercenaries
kinda
are
funny.
also going to have...
Demonstress,
it's going to have Chris, Heisenberg,
yeah.
and I think there's going to be additional stages. I'm not sure about that, but I heard. I think.
Can't wait to play as those characters, honestly.
It's going to be fun, especially, awkward silence. Yeah. But, I'm excited. And I can't wait, to see how this kind of transitions to Resident Evil 9, because the developers, Capcom came out and said that this is like a trilogy.
Right.
Like Resident Evil 7 to 9 is a trilogy.
Yeah, I wouldn't count the DLC as part. Well, it is part of the
and
trilogy.
Apparently
it's just not
they're
the next
already
game.
in like early development. Like they're in like concept.
Right.
Like when it comes to Resident Evil 9 or whatever they're gonna call it. Resident Evil back alleyway. I don't know.
I mean, it might be back Castleway because looking at the DLC right now, we don't.
Resident Evil porta potty lane. I don't know. Or Resident Evil park bathroom. That's pretty horrifying.
I mean, that would be horrifying.
See some creepy motherfucker come out of the toilet.
I mean, Silent Hill had that, so
a lot of horror media had stuff like that. But honestly, like if it could add like a swap between third and first person in like Resident Evil 9, that would be pretty sweet.
Don't forget,
like have it be like an option.
Like what is it? A remaster or is it a remake?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Resident Evil 4.
Yes, Resident Evil 4 remake. They're actually doing this. After porting the game who knows how many times. God, the creaking in this audio is probably annoying. I apologize. That is unnecessary. But
regardless.
But the amount of like ports that Resident Evil 4 has gotten throughout the past decades, or I think it is decades.
At this point,
it came out on the GameCube first.
Yeah, it might have been decades. I don't know.
And it's been ported like to a shit ton of consoles and PC like twice. There's like a disc version. There's like a Steam version. I think it's on Steam or Epic Game. It's on something. I could be wrong, but like now we're getting a full on remake,
Honestly, what gameplay I've seen,
And
it looks
apparently,
beautiful.
unlike they kind of learned their lesson from Resident Evil 3 remake, they're going to take their time with this.
Yes.
I think, I hope. Resident Evil 4 is a great game. I would love to see like a modern take. Maybe make Ashley not completely fucking useless.
Maybe.
That would be a benefit.
Yes,
Not to make this fucking character useless.
Man, that is a good segue to the next topic, but that's but we'll continue with this one just yet.
I'm really interested.
I am honestly very excited. I will be covering it on my channel as soon as I get my hands on it.
Yes, I gotta hook you up with like a copy of Resident Evil 4 because you've never played Resident Evil 4.
No, I haven't.
All these ports in all these years, you never once touched Resident Evil 4.
Nope.
You need to. Hell, I can even let you borrow my copy.
I could probably just get it here shortly, so it'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure it's dirt cheap right now.
Probably.
It's not hard to get your hands on a copy. Like you know, guy drops his garbage can, a copy of Resident Evil 4 comes out.
Hey, he says that.
Did he know Resident Evil?
Resident Evil 4. There and grab
Resident
that
Evil
copy.
Resident Evil 4. There we go, talking over Ralph again.
I know.
It's a force of habit.
Yeah.
We do this to each other constantly. Believe me. We're like brothers, but closer. Just, I don't know what the fuck we're good. Listen, it's 2:16 in the morning.
Yeah, it is 2:16 in the morning.
Listen,
right.
I really wanted to do the night shift shit, so I wanted to get as night shifty as possible. I never thought I'd say that.
I never thought you would say that either. Here we are, buddy.
But yeah, go on down and get you a copy of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I will.
Play it on your channel, shit.
We'll see on that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my channel just yet. I have an idea of what I'm gonna upload, but it's gonna be interesting.
What direction are you wanting to take your channel?
Really, just play games outside of the zombie media because.
Yeah, because you're really attached to Black Ops and Call of Duty for like such a long time.
Yeah, and right now there's no content there.
And now you're kind of wanting to like step away from that,
branch out to.
And you kind of have you have a bit in the past.
Yeah.
So are you gonna focus on like gaming content? You're gonna focus on
yes. It's still gonna be gaming, but it might be
VR stuff.
Yeah, VR might be a little VR stuff, but I'm a little scared about that because like whenever I play VR, my head is like constantly.
Yes.
It's not for people with motion sickness, and trust me.
No, it's not.
It's a miracle I don't get dizzy in my own recording.
I something about VR. I get like I don't know.
You might have early like motion sickness through it.
I don't know what it is. It's just like after a while, I just can't. And I need my eyes to like rest a bit. I'm not a big VR guy. Like I think it's cool and all that. PSVR has been cool. Some of the Oculus stuff is really cool. I don't know if there's any other like.
There's a lot other
VR tech out there. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I haven't looked into it in years.
Yeah, there is a lot there.
Yes, So, but back onto what you're wanting to do. Have you considered like experimenting a bit?
Yeah, that's practically the VR.
Trying different stuff.
Is going to be in the VR stuff. Man, we went completely off topic and started talking.
It's a podcast. We can talk about whatever we want.
That's fair.
I don't really as long as it fills the time frame and all that. Put the damn remote down. That is the director's property.
Anyway.
It's literally the air conditioner remote.
Okay.
I don't even know why you had it. It was just laying there.
That whole thing was just a bit. Anyway.
I don't know.
Point is, like, yeah, I'm definitely going to start experimenting with content. But I'm going to give myself a week in advance just to really sit down and think about it. Because, like, now I'm streaming with Captain Icicles, like, every other day, including weekends, which is both those days. Plus, I record with you, so I just give myself a little bit of time to think it through. Wake up early in the morning, record something, or stream something.
I'm trying to put more effort into the podcast as well. Like maybe we could get some more people, hooked onto this.
Yeah.
Because this is actually like the first time in a while. I think we did a podcast where you're, with me in the same room.
Yeah.
Because we are live in my house. in my bedroom at 2:20 a.m. Two
Shit.
nerds talking about whatever the hell they feel like.
Well, speaking of nerds,
Oh fuck! It's that time where we jump to that
topic that, by the way, he has been stalling so hard because he knows my opinions about the next topic.
It's the story trailer and gameplay trailers
of
are
the
out
Saints
for
Row.
Saints Row for the Saints Row reboot. My thoughts. I mean, the factions are interesting. Like the gangs are interesting. The Saints aren't. I don't know enough about the two female characters to really make judgment. Maybe they're cool characters. I heard one of the female characters are cool, but then you got like shirtless guy who cooks, accountant nerd. These are supposed to be gangsters, right?
Well, technically, they're all just trying to make rent.
And I like that idea. I like the idea of like a group coming together and like forming like an alliance. So that way they can have a better way of living. I kind of like that idea, but in this kind of premise with these characters, I'm just like, what?
Am I supposed to not believe in these?
I hope I'm proven wrong. I really hope the game turns out good. I do. I tested out the character creation. It's kind of fun. However, I still think Saints Row 2 character creation's better. I hate to be that guy. But like from what I like looked up, the nerd dude, I forget his fucking name. He's like their accountant.
Yeah,
And apparently a lot of his dialogue revolves around like monetary related puns or jokes.
I didn't really understand the story of, like, I understand it is a reboot. I understand these characters a little bit. I can't really get a grasp of it because the whole story trailer was kind of up in the air. Yeah, it showed us a lot of the gangs and stuff and all the special things that you can do inside the game, but when it comes to story and character development, the accountant got shot.
What?
They made a joke, and that was about it.
And it wasn't even that funny.
Someone got shot.
Like, I mean, like,
the dude could
you
die.
you couldn't make that joke funny, but like, I don't really care. Like, maybe
I'm hoping I'm proven
maybe
wrong.
when the game comes out, we'll be proven wrong, and the characters will be kind of interesting. I hope.
At this point right now,
I want
no
to
rush.
be proven wrong. I'm a fan of Saints Row. I love Saints Row. I never got to play 1 because it has never been ported outside of 360. I love Saints Row 2. I love Saints Row 3. Saints Row 4, it's Saints Row 4. And I really like the Saints characters. Johnny Gat's like a badass character. And to think that we go from like, characters
These
like
bad
Kinsey,
characters,
like characters like Kinsey, Shondi, even Pierce, like to shirtless cook chef man who's always shirtless,
accountant,
nerdy accountant, car lady. That other chick.
I'm really hoping the biggest thing that I'm hoping for, because it's not always going to be all negative, is to see these characters either grow into very interesting characters, or they just haven't shown us why they're interesting characters.
I want there to be like balance between like,
comedy and realism.
Because apparently from what I heard, like I read online, a lot of people were saying like they were wanting to combine like Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 3, like that serious and goofy, I mean Saints Row 2 had goofy shit. Like that serious and goofy, type of thing, and kind of do like the best of both worlds. And I kind of like that idea, but to be honest, I'd rather just have like a proper, remaster of Saints Row 1 and 2. To be honest with you, that's really what I wanted. But whatever, maybe we'll be proven wrong. Maybe things will.
I hope I'm proven wrong personally, because I do love the Saints Row mythos and all its contents.
Me and you joked that what if this whole marketing was just like a joke, and like mid-game, like the old Saints come back in and just kill everybody.
I kind of hope that doesn't. Well, I don't know. I'm mixed on that. That would be getting hilarious, but
That would be the biggest troll in gaming history, but that seems a bit too good to be true. But I just don't know these characters. They're just not like from what they've shown. All we see is like stuff from the trailers and stuff like he say she say. But the way they're representing the characters in the trailer, they're not all that interesting. And when you don't have a solid story or interesting characters, the only thing
falls apart.
The only thing you gotta look forward to is the gameplay being fun. And I will say this, I'm probably not going to buy this game at launch. I'm going to wait till reviews come out and probably wait till a sale. Because so far, I'm not convinced on a sale. I find it kind of meh. I'm not like overly angry,
Yeah.
Like I know me and you are kind of being like dramatic, but it's just for comedic effect.
Personally, to me, I'm just kind of hoping I'm proven wrong.
Me and you both, I hope I'm proven wrong, but these characters suck, and I see some of the trailer, like some of the gameplay, and these landscapes, like there's barely any traffic, and it's kind of weird. Like you make like a gangster themed game, and you locate it in New Mexico. You locate it in Breaking Bad land. It's one of the probably the last place I'd probably put like a game about gangsters.
I'd probably put it in like Vegas or something like in that areas with like big banks, big scores.
What do you think when you think about gang-filled areas? What do you think? Cleveland, Chicago, Detroit, New Mexico.
Yeah, pretty much all those all together.
Yeah. At least it wasn't like Alaska or something.
Yeah.
Now that would be an interesting concept. Gangsters in snow. Make that happen. Maybe that'll be the first DLC.
Yeah.
But I don't know. These characters, man, I just
I just haven't gotten connected to them.
The shirtless dude, I just can't. I cannot think of anything that would possibly make this guy redeemable. What is in it? Why what it feels like to me, and I hate to be that guy. Like judging by the trailers, they're really trying to appeal to like teenagers, like young teenagers, like kinda, like to a degree,
right?
Because like I could be wrong. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm just getting old.
This is probably like going to be a separate video on its own.
But I'm probably gonna either wait till a price drop or until I see good reviews about it.
Right.
Or maybe it'll impress me,
Maybe a trailer pops out and actually has story.
The villain seems kind of interesting. He seems like the mustache dude.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the fuck his name was. But like he seems kind of interesting, and I like how in every scene he's just beating the fuck out of the fucking Saints.
Yeah, these are the guys that like are the bad Saints, like the badass.
What would have really been interesting if it was like like they kind of retconned the original series and have like the Saints be like a dead gang, defunct gang, and then these younger generation comes up, takes the Saints name and kind of puts a spin on it. That would have been a cool concept. That would have been pretty cool.
But how little we know about the story that they are the original Saints in this universe, apparently.
I mean, I think I'm pretty sure they're in this universe, this rebooted universe. These are the Saints: millennial, cook, shirtless man, accountant nerd, car lady. I don't know anything about the other chick. And generic boss character. I kind of wish like the other characters had like customization, because I would make that fucking shirtless dude fat. I would make him a fat fuck. I would wholeheartedly do that.
Alrighty. Any final thoughts?
We've still got some time to fill. You have any thoughts?
On the Saints Rows? Honestly, just personally, I just hope they just make the characters more interesting. and that's just where it comes down to is, like, to me personally,
I hope they
I'm
have
not connected to any of them.
Yeah.
They just kind of showed up on the scene. That's about it.
I kind of wish there's some like dramatic moments. Like there's just some moments that kind of like takes a break from the craziness and kind of has like a, because Saints Row 2 had that.
Right.
And I guess
Seeing what time we're at.
yeah, you're just checking the time. We're like huddled over a computer. We kind of are.
No.
Yes, we are. You're sitting right across from the desk. The mic's right in between us.
That just sounds like a normal podcast, dude.
I mean, yeah, it's
We're
about
not huddled over.
with this weird OBS setup I got.
Anyway, that's besides the point. But what's the future for you, dude? Like, what's going on with the the night shift?
I'm wanting to do more, like, I want to try doing different stuff, really. I really like the jailbreak video I'm working on, you know. I also really, which you are in.
I was just a guy holding the camera.
And I kind of like doing stuff like that. Like, kind of like, fun videos, like, that are kind of carefree. Mm. I know one of my early videos on Nerd-Nightshift was like a reaction video to weird YouTube stuff. And I kind of want to do more stuff like that, but it's kind of harder and harder to find. And I feel like, to carry that for a whole video is kind of difficult. What I really want us to do again, the videos are currently unlisted, but I gotta relist them because I kind of, when we kind of watched like crummy PSA movies and we just took the piss out of them, I really want to do more stuff like that, just like weird, just reacting to just weird, crazy like stuff like that. And I also thought about like maybe looking into like nostalgia commercials and stuff. I kind of want to do like stuff like that, kind of embracing the nerd side of Nerd-Nightshift.
You're right.
Because we do nerdy stuff at night.
And the Nerd-Nightshift. I don't know.
I mean, we even got a billboard, we got a TV, we got that. What you're seeing on the screen. By the way, this is like the official setup. I am not changing this layout. I am going to change the TV. I'm going to put different stuff on the TV each time. I don't even remember where I got this from.
Yeah, I don't know. You set it up one day, and that's kind of how it's set.
I think it was. I think I made it in some kind of like old Flash thing. I don't remember.
All right.
Sonic's poor balls, man.
All right.
I like how Tails is just kind of happy about this.
It's like, yep, finally got his ass.
Tails has been waiting for this moment like 20 years in the making.
Hey, if Sonic was a dick, could you imagine his offspring? He made damn sure he ain't gonna have nothing.
Well, that's why Amy's disappointed.
So what's wrong with Knuckles then? Because he looks like he's the one shouting to the fucking heavens right now.
He's just that shocked. I like how this is all happening in like Marble Hill Zone. I think it's Marble Hill Zone.
I have no idea. It's been so long.
I have not played Sonic 3 in a while.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I think that kind of wraps it up.
Yep.
I mean, we don't got anything else to add here. So so with that said, thank you guys for tuning in to this installment of Nerd-Nightshift. Hopefully we catch you in the next episode. Mm-hmm. If we don't die in the process.
With that VR video coming out, no promises. Like, I'm probably going to run straight into my wall if it's a horror
Ralph's
video.
channel's going to be in the description. Twitter will be in the description. Everything I'm on is in the description too.
Okay.
I'll try to post Ralph's, stuff too. Try to be fair. I've dragged this on long enough.
So.
Until next time, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sayonara.
See ya.